From the Bay Area to the world, this is the podcast of positivity and professional wrestling. Here's your host on the coast, Ollie the Orator.
Hello and welcome to the Sharpshooter. Today my guest is Nick Newell. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show. You know, I've done a lot of shows in my day, but I'm happy to have made it here and to be on the Sharpshooter and get to talk about some of my favorite things outside of mixed martial arts.
You're welcome. Can you see me? Are you there?
Yes, I can see you. Are you losing me?
You can't see me.
Oh, you got me. I got John Cena.
Who are your top 5 favorite wrestlers?
Well, I have some connections to a few of them. So, as a lot of people know, Kurt Hawkins was my roommate in college. So I'll always root for him and wish the best for him as a wrestler and as a man. He's a good person. So I always root for him. His tag team partner, Zack Ryder, is someone that I like. I've hung out with before and is a very nice guy. So I'm a big fan of his. One of my training partners, longtime training partners for the past 10 years, was in a tag team called the Heartthrobs, Antonio Thomas. He now wrestles as Thomas Santel. And I'll always root for him. CM Punk has been a big Nick Newell fan and big Nick Newell supporter. So I like him. And when I was growing up, my favorite wrestlers were Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh.
He actually gave me his glasses one time.
What?
Yeah. They're at my mom. It was a house show in New Haven, Connecticut. He took them off. It says, first Hunter Helmsley, back when Triple H was still spraying people with perfume, and he was undefeated. And it was...
Wait,
actually,
what?
It was...
perfume?
Yeah, he used to have a gimmick where he was a rich guy from Greenwich, Connecticut. And he used to rape...
Did people think it was funny?
Clearly it wasn't over as much because he switched to DX Triple H soon after. But I remember Bret Hart won that match. I was pumped up.
You still have those glasses?
Yeah. They're at my mom's house.
Oh, wow.
I need to go get them.
Very cool.
So Bret the Hitman Hart, I love the Ultimate Warrior. He when I was young, when I was your age, he was my favorite. And then as I got older, it switched to Bret Hart. And now MMA and wrestling are very close to worlds. They intermingle a lot. So I have guys that used to fight doing wrestling, like Chuck O'Neal. And then I see, he's not big yet, but a guy that trains at my gym, he's called Wrecking Ball Legursky. He's a good dude, and he's a pro wrestler, and it's cool to see like the two worlds mesh, because I wouldn't be fighting if I didn't like pro wrestling. I started doing wrestling because me and my friend used to watch WWE back in the year around 2000-ish is when I first stepped on a mat. And it was because we liked wrestling. I started wrestling, and I started doing MMA because I was wrestling.
My favorite wrestlers are John Cena, The Rock, MVP, Jack Swagger, X-Pac, and
619?
Rey Mysterio.
There we go. That's a good lineup. Jack Swagger, Bellator guy.
That's right. Rooting for the home team.
Ow.
For
What
sure.
are your top 2 favorite finishing moves?
Top 2 favorite finishing moves of all time.
Or more?
Now, I try to think about what at the time was the move that I love the best, and now moves that I like. In terms of submissions, I always loved the sharpshooter. I thought the sharpshooter was really cool, and how you could step over with it. And I was a huge Bret Hart fan, so I loved that. But I was also a big fan of the figure 4 leg lock and how you could reverse it and play, and I always had fun watching that. In terms of finishing maneuvers, I think that moves like the Stone Cold Stunner or the Diamond Cutter were great because you could finish at any time, and I thought that added a little bit of excitement. Back in the day, a lot of people don't remember him, but there was a wrestler, Ahmed Johnson. He had a thing called a Pearl River Plunge, and when I was younger, I was obsessed with that. With the power bomb.
Oh, Batista bomb.
Yeah.
My top 2 favorite moves are the choke slam and the 619.
It's a good one.
Yeah, but you also,
And sharpshooter.
of course, how can we not pay homage to the Sharpshooters, the name of your show?
And I forgot about people's elbow.
Oh, the people's elbow. Yes. The most electrifying move in sports entertainment.
Hey, let's tell Nick, remember you first associated the Sharpshooter with, who was the first person you thought, the first person you saw that did the Sharpshooter?
The Rock.
That's right. But then through the show, he found out, he learned some history and realized, who the godfather of the Sharpshooter was. So that was
That's the best there is.
The show.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Bret Hart.
That's right. That's right.
What are your favorite tag teams?
Tag teams. Obviously, I like the Major Brothers. I like the Heartthrobs. Back in the day, I love the Rockers before they split up. Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty. I think the greatest tag team of all time is Legion of Doom. And my favorite impromptu tag team of all time was Yokozuna and Owen Hart.
My favorite tag teams are the New Day and the Usos, and when John Cena and The Rock tag team against R-Truth and The Miz.
That's a powerful team. I love the tag team belts.
Wait, no, and John Cena and Umaga too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good team.
That was the last match we watched, was Cena and The Rock against R-Truth and The Miz. So it was very fresh in his mind.
I never even knew they were a tag team.
Yeah, they got together. It was a Survivor Series, like 2011 or something. We just randomly came across it on the iPad when we were watching the network, and two of his biggest, his most favorite guys. So we had to watch it. It was great.
You'll have to show him the Rock and Sock connection.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot to learn.
We sometimes sneak on my iPad and watch WWE.
Yeah.
Mommy want to be watching this later. Go ahead. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Yeah, we do. we might sneak in a match or two extra than we were supposed to before bed, but we can't help it. We have so much fun, right, Ollie?
And it was Mankind and The Rock. That was a great tag team.
You remember Mankind?
Oh yeah.
We were watching him. What's his move?
Mandible claw.
That's right. Hey Nick, if you were a wrestler, what would your whole gimmick be? Like, what would your character be? Would you be a heel or a baby face? Like, tell us.
I've thought about this, and my friends that wrestle want me to do a run-in and stuff like that for fun, but I'm like real serious about everything I do. So like I would actually want to learn how to like do the techniques first before I ever did anything like that. And I'm so focused on MMA now that I haven't. But one person that I really love and a wrestler that I think is like one of the best of all times is Kurt Angle. And I really, really loved when he came out and they tried to make him as a babyface, and he was like, drink your milk, take your vitamins type guy, and people didn't like it. So he went overboard with that gimmick, and it became funny. And like and he turned into a really great heel by being an over-the-top good guy. And I thought that was fun. And I've always wanted to be a heel when I look at wrestling. Because when I fight, people always root for me. You know, I have like a good underdog story, especially, you know, being born with one hand. So I feel like a lot of people can relate to me because they have all gone through something in some capacity, and they can relate to me because they see what I'm going through. But I think it would be fun to get booed once or go over the top and start telling people like I'm an inspiration or something like over the top, because I never say stuff like that in real life, because I don't think that my life is any different or any harder than anyone else's. But to go over the top and start yelling at people and kind of play the bad guy gimmick would be fun for me.
Well, Ollie, you're a Kurt Angle fan, aren't you? You know a few things about him, right?
Yeah, ankle lock, ankle slam.
That's right. And like Nick was saying, how he turned into a bad guy. Like, what do we play all the time before we work out? His song, and what do they say in the song? What does the crowd say back to Kurt Angle?
You suck.
Yeah, that was a good call there, Nick. That was a good reference. Oh yeah, he went from the hero, the Olympic medalist, right? The All-American, like
they shove it down everyone's put it in everyone's face, and people didn't like it, and he kind of realized that and turned the corner with it, and it became one of the best gimmicks of all time.
Yeah, that's fun. We're big Kurt Angle fans over here.
And Daddy likes Hulk Hogan.
I do. That's my guy. It's kind of generational, I think. You know, I just turned 40. If you're in this, you know, this age range, he was my first hero. I was talking to we had BJ Penn on a little while ago, and we were just going back and forth how that was our first hero for Hulk Hogan, and I think for our entire generation, he was the guy, you know.
Seriously, so, Daddy.
Yeah.
He was invincible. I mean, you look at him, and he was a great wrestler. He's one of the first guys with the total package. You know, he could talk. He looked good. He you know, he had like a really good gimmick that got people pumped up. So and another thing is he did kind of a similar Hulk Hogan thing when he became Hollywood. I mean, he did a similar thing to Kurt Angle when he became Hollywood Hogan. And he lasted a couple generations and became a big and was able to stay relevant in a game where it's hard to stay relevant.
Yeah, definitely. You got to reinvent yourself and
Wait,
keep it interesting.
You mean the heel turn?
Oh, what do you know about heel turns? What's a heel turn, Ollie?
When a good guy turns into a bad guy.
All right. And Ollie, are you a heel or a baby face? Tell us about your wrestling character.
Heel.
Oh yeah? And who's your wrestling character?
Kid Chaos.
Would you say Chad Chaos?
Kid.
Oh, Kid Chaos.
From the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you've seen that movie on Netflix yet, but
Have you?
It's called Kid Chaos.
oh, I forget the title of it. I just always remember that the character
He's like
is Kid Chaos.
yeah.
His
He
wrestling
always
character is Kid Chaos.
he defeats everybody. He defeated Samson, Otis, and that cowboy.
Yeah, you'll have to try and catch that. I can't believe I can't remember the title, the official title, but I'll.
It might be called Kid Chaos.
It's called something else, I think. But,
Yeah, it is.
But he was inspired, and that's his whole gimmick. That's his character. And he's a heel.
Yeah.
Do you have a few finishing moves? Like, weren't you putting them on me this morning?
Electric punch. Electric chaos.
Yeah, those were devastating. You really hurt me with those this morning. Favorite fighters, maybe? Ollie wanted to pick your brain on MMA a little bit.
O slam.
Oh, sorry, you were still going over your moves. My bad.
OC.
Okay.
07. 09.
Those are all your moves?
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to show Nick one day. We're gonna record a match, or we'll live stream it from the living room.
I always defeat Daddy.
You
Ow!
do. Yes, you do. You want to talk?
You got the belt. You got the belt.
Oh yeah. Do you have the belt? You're the champion, right?
2 belts.
Oh, you have 2 belts? Very cool.
Yeah, he's not messing around. Did you you wanted to pick
double champ?
Oh yeah. You wanted us to
But they're just books.
Yeah, we're just using books for now.
Yeah,
but,
until I get belts.
You know, if Ollie keeps up with his chores and, you know, keeps doing well on the podcast, who knows, some belt, you know, those books might magically turn into real belts one day. You never know, right, Nick?
No, they won't.
We'll see, buddy. You never know.
They're books.
We'll see. I'm just saying.
It can't be magic.
Yeah. You when we were watching Nick's fight this morning, you mentioned you wanted to ask him about MMA a little bit.
Who are your top 2 favorite fighters? I mean 3.
I mean, I'm biased, so I go with the people that I train with and the people I get to be around. There's certain guys that I like watching and pioneers of the game that I really look up to, that I think were amazing back in the day. One guy I really like and was a big fan of and still am, Mike Brown. He's the head coach at ATT. He's a great guy, but as a fighter, he was really good, and I really like him. He does not fight anymore, but I did like him. And so a person I interact with a lot, actually, online, Mark Coleman's very cool. I liked him back in the day. He was the first wrestler to really make an impact, and you just got to look at a few of the guys out there that paved the way, and those are the people that I really like and respect more than anything. When you look at modern fighters, there's certain aspects of fighters that I like and certain things about fighters that I like, and I like other fighters in other weight classes, but people in my weight class, I try to learn from them, but also I'm not a fan. Those are my opponents. So, you know.
Yeah.
Wait, you fight them?
Hopefully one day I'll work my way up and I'll be fighting the best guys.
My top, I have actually 4. You.
Ooh, thank you.
BJ Penn. Cass Bell.
He's one of our bantamweight prospects. He's got a really cool look. Okay. He has green hair, and it caught Ollie's eye. And then obviously his fighting style was very exciting. But the green hair and the whole.
And Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we mix in a little MMA.
What are your top 2 favorite moves in MMA?
In MMA, I like, for striking, I like knees. And for submissions, I like the guillotine choke. I have a very, very good guillotine choke.
My top 2 are the choke and the kick, regular kick.
Oh, okay. And you train with your dad?
No fighting. Only boxing.
We train a little bit.
I'd never want to fight. I only want. Sometimes I box to play Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Nick, that's how I gotta incentivize him to put in some time with me training.
Guess what? I even got. And when I was playing Pokemon Go with my mommy on a walk, Kenny was with daddy. Something bad happened.
Yeah.
Team Rocket.
Team Rocket showed up?
Yep, I saw Jesse. I saw it had an R on the top. It was completely black.
And James was there too?
No, only Jesse. And
okay.
he threw a Pokeball, and I won 1 Pokemon only.
Oh, you have all those Pokeballs? Are those for Pokemon Go?
No, Pokemon Go is on your phone, so you have Pokeballs. When you run out, you go to the Pokestop and get more, but never, ever touch the black one. I didn't know what it was, so I spinned it and see what happened.
I got that when it first came out. I got Pokemon Go, and I was playing it, and I had a pretty good lineup. Then I ran out of Pokeballs.
Did you bump into Team Rocket?
No, this was when it first came out, and I ran out of Pokeballs.
Oh, did you go to a Pokestop?
So then I got in my car and I drove over to somewhere to pick up more Pokeballs. And then when I got home, I deleted it.
Wait, what?
Because I would just be driving around to collect Pokeballs, and I had to train for a fight.
That's
okay.
So Nick Newell knows about Pokemon. I didn't know that.
Wait, okay, so what Pokemon do you know?
I know the original 150 Pokemon.
Wait, what? 150? You definitely know Squirtle, right?
Of course, my son has a blow up
Squirtle?
like a doll, a Squirtle doll.
Okay, I have the last stage of him.
Blastoise?
Yeah. Let me show you the card of him.
Oh wow. Look at this.
And I have War Turtle.
What a transition, guys. Right into
Flawless.
Pokemon.
I had an original Charizard card, and my mom threw it out.
Oh my god. I can't find him. Here he is.
Ooh, nice. Just because I was in college doesn't mean I don't like Pokemon still.
Oh. Okay, let me look for that.
Ollie just caught Pokemon fever, so.
Pikachu!
Oh, there we go. That's a good one.
And I got Machamp.
Okay. That's Machamp.
Yeah, Machamp, I forgot. Greninja.
See, I don't know that one. That one's past my time.
Remember, the first 150 is Nick's, like.
Do you know
his knowledge is on.
Do you know who Fruki is? Fruki?
Nope.
Oh God, I think he's new. Ditto's. I got a card of Ditto.
I know Ditto.
Oh my God, he's realistic.
What about Snorlax?
Oh my God, no. But I do have a card of Eradicate.
Okay, yeah. Rattata.
And I got 2 cards. Oh my God, no. I got 2 cards of these cards I'll show you. Which aren't too good. They're like weak. They're so weak.
What about Mr. Mime?
Mr. Mime, no. But I got 2 water. Actually, I got more than 2 water types, but Magikarp.
Oh, okay. And what does Magikarp turn into?
Gyarados.
Good. I was quizzing you.
Look at you two. I don't even know what's going on here, but I love it.
That's because I had Pokemon Snap for Nintendo 64.
Licky Tongue.
Okay, he's an original one.
Another Detective Pikachu.
Okay.
Oh, who's that?
Huh?
Who's this?
Blastoise. I showed him.
Oh, okay.
That's Daddy's favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
Arcanine.
Oh, okay.
Is he new?
Yeah. Nope, he's old school.
Oh.
Yeah. Blastoise is my guy, Nick.
Ah,
This guy's new. This guy's new.
yeah, he's new. I picked Squirtle. They had Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, and those were the first two Pokemon games. I bought Pokemon Blue, and you could pick Squirtle, Charmander, or Venusaur, and I picked Squirtle as my first one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I got just more than those ones.
Well, let's not.
This was in 1990. This was in 1997.
Wow.
I actually have a card of like really new ones. I have Jigglypuff, which is so old. Onyx.
Well, hey, Ollie, we talked about doing a separate Pokemon podcast. Maybe if we get that going, we can invite Nick back. But
Gotta catch 'em all.
yeah, yes, that's what it's going to be called. But Nick's a very busy guy. You know, he's expecting another baby any minute now.
Any
that?
now.
So we should let him get back to.
Wait.
Okay, one more card.
Okay.
Pick a good one then. Make it count.
These are like all brand new. Except
Yeah.
for those ones in there.
Yeah, he doesn't. Next time. Well, hey, what do we say to Nick for coming on?
Oh my God. Is Hunter new?
Oh yeah, he's scary and ghastly.
Yeah, Ghastly. Wait, they're not new, right?
Huh?
They're not new, right? They're still.
No, they're old school.
These guys are new, right? Are these guys new?
Yeah, I don't know who they are.
All right, hey, let's wrap up.
Ooh, I
Nick,
forgot to show you.
you
Like,
have that microphone issues here. So.
I forgot to show
Got to
you.
step up the production on this thing. We need a bigger budget.
I know.
Dun,
We
dun,
do.
dun. Psyduck.
Okay, I like Psyduck.
The last card.
Okay,
I
last
have to
one.
show you. Charmander.
Oh, okay.
It's realistic. He
Yeah.
charged, but probably the best card in here I ever had was Arcanine. He does 150 damage.
Ooh.
All right, that's the last one.
And he also, his first one is Growlithe.
Okay.
I have caught him.
All right, let's put that one away. We're done with the cards real quick. Hey, Nick, actually, before we go, do you have a message? You know, you've been through so much in your life, in your career to get to where you are. I know it hasn't been easy. Do you have a message for Ollie and all the other kids out there? You know, is there something you could pass on that you could share?
Oh, and I have War Turtle, the second version of Squirtle.
Okay, hold on. Let's
So
Nick's got something cool to tell us.
if there's one bit of advice that I could give anyone and people tell me is don't let your circumstances affect your success. And there's always going to be things outside of your power that you can't control, and things that are rough. Like for me, I felt like sometimes I had to work twice as hard to get half the respect, but then sometimes I also get extra attention because how I was born. And I would just say, be comfortable with who you are and be comfortable with how you are, and make the best with what you have, and don't let one setback discourage you from accomplishing your goals and your dreams. Stick to the path. You're going to do things. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to win. You're going to lose. You're going to do things you regret, and and things are going to be hard, and sometimes you're going to have to reset and do things over, but always keep the vision and keep the goal in mind of what you really want to do with your life and your goals, and don't let anyone's words or actions or your failure deter you from doing what your heart believes that you were meant to do.
Wow, thank you, Nick. Powerful
Yep.
stuff, man. Thank you. Hey, Ollie, what do we say to Nick?
Thank you for coming on. Wait,
Yeah.
wait, did you know that some of these are actually fake?
He's still on the cards. Hey, we gotta let Nick go. He's expecting a baby anytime. Hey, Nick, have a stress-free, healthy, and wonderful delivery, man. Thanks for coming on, and congratulations. We can't wait to meet your second son.
Ditto and Greninja are real though, and Arcanine and Blastoise.
Yeah, they are. All right. Well,
Your dad has my phone number, so if you ever get a picture of a card you want to send me, just take a picture and send it to me.
Or all of those ones over there.
okay.
Yeah.
Because they're in binder pages.
Yeah.
Okay, send me some good ones, okay? Pick out your 3 favorite, and he'll text them to me.
I got more than 3.
Okay. We'll send them all.
Pick your top 5.
Yeah, I'll send them all.
Thanks, Nick.
Bye. See you next time.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.